50th wedding anniversary. It didn't escape you, you know. And I wanted to do a special welcome to the survivors of the original wedding 50 years
Where are
ago.
the survivors? Stand up! Carol, come on, all right, please.
Yes.
Brian?
Bridesmaid. Come on, Patrick. Trevor. Where's Trev?
Yes.
Yes, he survived. I reckon there was about 10 or 12 people that were there 50 years ago that either aren't here today or give people excuses like they're in Morocco or New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand. Oh, sorry. But we're really chuffed. Bridesmaid, haven't we? Paid for, should have been here, but then had it. They cannot. Okay.
What about Brian?
What about Brian? Yes, he held my hand.
Brian, would you like to stand up?
No, I won't.
He held my hand on my stag knife.
Who held whose hand?
Absolutely. And I'm sure some of you don't know any of our history about like how we met and things. Well, Pat was up in London with Kim.
Kim, up again, Kim, praise!
Kim at the 100 Club, listening to Sky Laurie. It was. And that was Saturday the 8th of June in 1963. And the week after I went out with Pat for the first time. We had a date. Yes. A few weeks later, my diary says things like, all sorts of rash things said and done. And I suppose if we kept Pat's diary, it might have said, he always wears the same clothes. I don't know how long it took her to realise that I've only got 2 lots of clothes. One to wear and one to send home to Mum to wash. Anyhow, a month or 2 later I got a job at the Northern Poly with a princely salary of £650 a year. It was quite good though, and quite a lot more at £16 a week.
You're talking about Ken's man, alright?
So we got engaged on the 28th of September down Billingen Road, and there's lots of Blackburnians here that know where Billingen Road is. It took weeks for me to pluck up courage to ask Mrs. Llewellyn, can I have your daughter's hand in marriage?
Yes, take her, please.
So, that's about it really. We had to flog the car. We had a lovely 1933 Riley Kestrel that got flogged for £17 to pay for the honeymoon and the wedding and things. I have worked every penny.
Well done.
Okay. So thank you for all coming. You can come back to our house. You'll be very welcome this evening and tomorrow morning, and you're still around. So.
But don't come tomorrow night because it's family only, alright?
Did you hear that? Hip hip hooray for bridesmaids!
Hooray! Up you get, Carol. Right, okay. Go, Daniel. Trev. Right, sure.
Oh, that was the deal.
Run out of that tree. I can't help that. Look, Brenda's or yours? No, Pat's cold. That's not your problem,
Thank you.
is it?
This is a Daniel and Trevor break, because I'm only allowed 20 minutes. So Daniel's going to fill in all the pieces I've left behind. Firstly, it's wonderful to celebrate celebrate a very happy occasion, I think the cleverest thing that John did in his whole life was to marry Pat. And just to think that they have founded a Howard Llewellyn dynasty. And I count that there's at least 7 people with the Howard Llewellyn genes, very young, and they're the main part of the dynasty, because they've got much longer to live than we have.
Yeah.
So, the Howard Llewellyn dynasty.
Yes, here.
Right. Another important facet of their life is their friends, their friends. Their ability to make friendships which have lasted years and years and years. And this is part of the richness. It's a rich relationship if you've got long-standing friends. And they've got the 2 most important things in life: a supportive family and supportive friends. They are very rich, wonderful word here, where's Daniel? Meaningful relationships. The phrase. I can't stop, but I can't say this properly, but I couldn't mention Photek, because Photek has been part of their life.
Absolutely. Here's the photo.
Here's the Photek.
I've got an empty glass, Suzanne. That's so good. Where's the full glass? Yes, here's the photo.
And then the thank yous on behalf of all of us. Thank you for John and Pat for organising it. Thank you. Thank you for all for coming. Thank you to you. And thank you for those who have been so kind to me and said kind things. Thank you very much. So,
Go on, beat that down, boy.
Unfortunately, I mean, he was the eloquent one. I can just say, wow. I can't believe that all of you are part of my parents' life. So I think it was probably close to 24 years.
okay.
24 years that my wife and my daughter, who wasn't my wife at the time, set sail on a big jump over to Australia, and we sort of left you, these 2, in your capable hands. And
It's a real trial.
yeah, and for that we're eternally sorry. So you heard about the beginnings, so 51 years ago, almost to the day, somehow my father managed to con my mother into going out with him. And really it was sort of about transitions, so they transitioned a year later into becoming a young couple, getting married. Those stuff still. And then, 2 years after that, they had another transition, so a fantastic addition to their family. Things were going pretty good.
Who was that, darling?
I'm not sure. And then, there was more additions to the family, and sort of bumps and things like that. And so, very, very quickly, they had, a young family. They were going from nothing to having a young family. And then they had sort of more transitions coming along as we got older, and bumps and bruises that go through, teenagers and things like that. I always remember once we went to Corfu, I think it was, and my brothers and I decided that we were going out on dates and things, and we left these 2 alone, expecting them to be there when we came back. But they'd gone out, and we found them in the clubhouse, winning a Mr. and Mrs. competition.
And won!
Winning, yes. And answering questions that, normal people wouldn't know about each other, but, just to show you the strength of these 2, they managed to sort of nail it, and if you've ever sort of spoken to my father at length, you realise some of the odd answers that he gives. Well, my mother managed to nail it and say, this is what he probably said, so this is what happened. And they won it. And then, the children left home. Like I said, we went off to Australia. and gradually, one by one, they joined the Navy, went off to North Wales and things like that. And then another transition, had grandchildren coming along and making that transition. And so the point of the story is that through their lives they've had these transitions, and my brothers and I have been really fortunate to watch them make these transitions and learn how to do it. And so those of you who've have also been witness, you've witnessed two marvellous people make this transition through life and make it very, very successfully. And I personally learned a lot. I know Lisa has, and we've been very privileged to be involved in their lives. Not by choice, unfortunately. But,
well, thank you, pal.
So I have one final question before the toast. So you guys have been married for 50 years.
Yes.
Which makes me feel really, really old. So I'm wondering, when do you start going backwards and start announcing, it's our 21st wedding anniversary?
We're not going backwards, Daniel. We're going forwards all the time.
So with that, if you can all raise your glasses, be upstanding, and wish John and Pat many more years of happiness together.
Cheers, thank you.
So to John and Pat.
Thank you. Down the whole
So this is the quietest my mother's ever been. I'm going to do something very, very stupid and say, you would like to say something?
I would like to say something. I'm not quite sure what I want to say. I'd just like to say that people in the past few months have said, what are our greatest achievements? Our greatest achievement is that we're still together.
Living up to the Vales!
That we had 3 wonderful sons of whom we're so proud, it's unreal. We had 3 marvellous daughter-in-laws and 7 grandchildren. And I have to say that our grandson from Australia rang us yesterday to wish us happy anniversary, and no greater present could there be. So, and thank you to our friends who are just so important to us. So thank you very much, and thank you to Social Work, and thank you to Potec. There is cake and I don't know.
You've switched it off.
I haven't switched on again. There's cake for people who would like it, and I'm sure Sharon would like to share her birthday cake. 49 years and counting. I mean, thank you very much for coming.